Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to PA's Perpetual Testing. Today we're looking at N-Test-01, Virtual Symmetry. And I can only assume that this is going to be virtually symmetrical. Would you look at that, it just about is. Okay, so first things first, we're going to have to make sure that we can get our way around here. One of the biggest problems I'm seeing thus far is the fact that the cubes that we're going to have to get to presumably finish the chamber are both locked behind deadly grids with little to no way to access them. That's going to be a bit of a problem. Actually, that's going to be a significant problem. I'm a bit concerned about it. Only a bit. But right off the bat, there's really only one place that we can go with this, and I mean, why not go there? Because we really could not go to drop the cube off, nor can we really get to the other side, though I can see that that will be activated by placing the laser on that side. So let's see what this activates, shall we? Anything notable? Anything we can actually see? No, nothing whatsoever. You know what, that's fine. So, yeah. Okay, I can't ignore this forever. Today's day 50! We've been testing for 50 days straight, and yesterday I said that, you know, that wasn't very big, that wasn't too big a thing. I was lying. It's exciting. I've been with this for a full 50 days. It's just something I've actually managed to keep going, something I've managed to continue doing for this whole time, and that's you know, that's pretty cool. Pretty happy about that. Of course, it doesn't seem to be helping me at all with the fact that I cannot get out of this area. Not to mention the fact that, well, first off, the fact that there's a laser in my face. Second off, the fact that that button appears to stay depressed forever. Which is a bit of a problem. We don't want to press buttons. They do their work. But they don't do their work. Not entirely sure. Anyway. So we need to get that over there, but how in the heck are we supposed to manage that when there is no ability for us to redirect that laser? Well, obviously we're going to have to get the laser cube out of here, but of course to be able to get the laser cube we need to first figure out how we're going to be able to access it, and I think that that's probably going to be something relating to this here, but it doesn't seem to be anything I can currently access. If there were a hard light bridge I could create a little ramp up there, but I have no hard light bridge available to me at this time. You know what, finding out what that switch did might actually be pretty helpful for me. But I can't see it anywhere, rather an issue. And as always, one of my personal pet peeves when we're talking about dealing with the Perpetual Testing Initiative and the pieces therein. There we go. Okay, so I do have a laser cube, never mind. Is the inability to see what you're doing and how it happens. I mean, yeah, it's good to have it down there because it's symmetrical, but there really wasn't a point to the deadly field then. There, was it? I mean, you could have put the button right next to it. There really wouldn't have been a disadvantage to that, would there? Not really. Oh well, we might as well go ahead and activate this laser here, because we obviously want to be able to continue through the test chamber, and that seems to be integral to our progress here. So how am I going to get it across? I need some sort of laser on this level, though I don't know where one of those is located. Perhaps there's something here. No, nothing low enough that we'd be able to fire it, which means we need some way of getting that laser down a bit further, or better yet, firing it up. Oh, that might actually work. Glass floors, after all. If we can find a portal that's vertical, we can't. Okay, never mind. It was a decent idea, it just didn't work out. But what if, and just bear with me a second here, folks, what if we place the laser on the diagonal surface over there? Would it be enough to fire it? I don't think it would, especially because of the fact that, well, our cube kinda has to be over there, doesn't it, for it to be able to fire to hit the proper area on the other side. But hey, it was a decent idea, and I mean, we could've. I mean, it sorta worked. We just can't really do it. Not until, at the very least, we go ahead and activate this, which is in fact the X button over there, which I can access without activating that side of the chamber. Why am I not doing this sooner? I have no idea. You can tell me. Probably not. That's because you're watching this after the fact. Oh man. Time travel, right? Yeah, not possible. Anyway, so what we're going to have to do from here, we're going to have to use one of these cubes to fire the laser over this way. I think it fires right about here, so I'll just kind of set up that cube in advance. And our death field is permanently deactivated, so that cube is pretty much worthless. The fact that both of those actually deactivated the same death fields was a pretty nice touch, I will admit. I should have probably thought of it a bit earlier than I did, but what are you gonna do? Let's see if I can place my portal over there. Good times. Blue portal should be able to activate the laser. Do I have a laser over here? Of course not. I missed. Oh, well. Let's see. That cube is facing towards me right about now, so let's see if I can aim this ahead of time once more. Or rather, successfully aim it ahead of time. But see, here's the secret. I'm going to be able to aim at that thing anyway. So, no matter where I place it, it looks like I planned it ahead. Oh, man. I love it when this sort of stuff works out, don't you? I do. Now, let's see here. I mean, this test chamber seems fairly simple. For all of its high oh, come on. For all of its high ratings, I mean, I really gotta say the entire test chamber just seems to be, well, continue the steps. There's really only one step you can take in each portion, and the steps are laid out fairly obviously by the fact that this was not primarily a test designed to be a massive challenge. This was a test designed to be symmetrical. And why is that laser not working? I know it was working just a second ago, so did I somehow move this cube with my laser? I find that highly improbable, and yet I can come up with no other explanation for this. So you know what? That's... oh, for Christ's sake, we're gonna do this again? Really? Alright. There we go. We're nice and around now. We got the bridge up. Oh, it's wonderful. Hopefully, we're going to be able to find the hard light bridge we need, because I'm pretty much certain that we're going to need to find a hard light bridge to continue through this area. Though I'm a bit disappointed to see that my ramp theory didn't turn out to be true. Oh well. C'est est la vie, as the French would say. I'm entirely sure that that is the pronunciation, since I am quite good at these things. Pronunciation, that is. And I saw it spelled in a book once. So if we just go ahead and bust across here, we will find that yes, it's true, we have managed to get through the entirety of the test chamber. And in, well, fairly good time, only about 7 minutes or so. So, to close off episode 50, let's just look at a concept map. It's not going to be the most exciting thing we've ever seen, but I mean, it's something. I mean, plus if it's an exciting concept map, well, that might actually be pretty interesting, huh? Anyway, I'll see you all there. Alright, so now we're going to look at the block mover test. And the block mover seemed a fairly simple concept when I heard it. When you click, you will move a block. Okay, hello. I've fallen into the center of the earth. You know what? Fine. Your ability in this test is going to be the ability to move and manipulate blocks by left and right clicking, or so I've been told. Though I can't really see a way out. Okay, there we go. That explains it. Ah, here we go. The Aperture handheld block moving device. Perfect. Just what I wanted to see. I'm just gonna go ahead and assume that I can only move white blocks, though. I mean, that's really just something that's gonna follow along from... Oh, that is really well done. I mean, look at that. That's really clean. I was expecting it to be, like, blocky and filled with slight physics issues and all that jazz, but no, it's just, it's stuck there. And it's stuck there well. Holy crap, that's pretty impressive. I am, in fact, impressed. Of course, I can't seem to fire this block in the other direction, which is a bit of a disadvantage. I'm assuming I have to fire it on one side of the block, but I really can't access it from here. So presumably what I have to do is access something from here? Hold up. Maybe not. What in the world am I supposed to do? I mean, I can't right-click here yet, can I? No, it doesn't appear I can. So, what is the puzzle here? What am I not figuring out? I wonder if I impart force on this side of the block... No, nothing will happen. Yeah, that sort of makes sense. You know what? Fine. I can deal with that. And naturally, I have yet to figure out what the heck I'm supposed to do. Aha! There we go. I can even push platforms. So long as it's a white portable surface. Okay, so I can only assume that in the creation of this map, they messed with the code that causes portals to appear whenever you fire on a white surface. And instead... Oh, now I have the removal tool. Okay, or the pull tool, rather. Oh, can I pull upwards? Oh, that is cool. I like it. Good. Let's go ahead and pull that down. Oh man, this is great. And it's very smooth. I gotta admit, when I heard there was going to be a test like this, I was not nearly expecting there to be quite as clean an execution of these moves as I'm seeing here. I mean, if there was anything that was taught to me by the VVV level that was made by our, friend, I'm pretty sure it was Solid Jim. I was kind of expecting, you know, a proprietary level to not have the absolute greatest tools of all time at its disposal. But, I mean, this test has proven me wrong left and right. It's very solid. I wonder if I can... Oh, that seems a bit cheap. I can just kind of hover on the edge of it and fire. You know what? Sure, whatever. And now we've got push and pull, and that's where we start to get interesting. Yes, it's true. Oh, we've got a laser that presumably we have to activate, so I might as well push it that way. I can't pull it, though, which is a bit of an issue. So I can only push it and pull it back and forth. What about this white cube? Anything I can do with it? It doesn't seem so. It's just got some weird icons here. What am I looking at? I don't know. Nothing I can really do with that cube for now, though. Unless that cube... Oh. Right, I could probably just move it to the side, couldn't I? Unless that's... am I seeing a power conduit of some sort? Oh, that's quite clever. Showing me that power is granted to another room where there now appears to be a hard light bridge. You know what? Go figure. Oh, I'm just wondering though, what would happen if I were to start to get a hard light bridge powered up like this one? Yeah, nothing I can really do there, is there? What if I were to start getting a hard light bridge as powered as this one, but instead of... I don't know. Instead of a solid ending, what if you were able to somehow place the cube on the end of the bridge? That seems really, really funky to be able to do, and I'm not entirely certain that it's going to be a possibility here, but you know what? It doesn't always have to be a possibility to be something cool we could try to test. I mean... yeah, then again, it doesn't really seem possible to do. I just have no idea how I'm supposed to access the bottom area here, though. I mean, I have the area up top, but what am I supposed to be looking at? Perhaps the top of this cube has something notable on it that I'd be able to see from a distance? Sure, let's go with that. I mean, if I move it in the way of the laser again, obviously I'm not really going to be able to move through there because the hard light bridge is going to be deactivated, so... But that's exactly what I'm supposed to do, isn't it? I'm supposed to deactivate this hard light bridge so I can continue. God, I love it when I make accidental discoveries about what I'm supposed to do. Might as well activate the hard light bridge again. No disadvantage to it, and keeping that area powered is definitely a pretty good idea. Okay, so are these just one-way blocks? Is that it? I mean, I've pushed this one way. What does that do for me? I mean, technically, that does pretty much nothing for me, doesn't it? I've gotten out. That's about it. Unless I can now move this as well, because I moved its friend? Of course not. Why would that be a possibility? It wouldn't be. It would be silly. So what do I have to do with this cube that I have now moved here? I mean, it's got to be moved here for a reason, right? There has to be some... Ah, I can push it a bit. But only to a very specific location, and I wonder why. What is determining what I can do with this block? Can I only push it? Is that the trick? I'm thinking that's the trick, now that I actually pay attention to the fact that it is in fact blue, the color of pushing things. So, what is that teaching me then? I can only push these blocks, but what good does that do me? I mean... Did I screw this up? Am I trapped here now? I don't think I'm trapped here. I think I might be able to access it from below, hopefully. It appears that I can't. But what it is teaching me is that I can push that up to get out. Oh my god. Why didn't I think of that sooner? I'm not entirely certain. Still, that's good to know. Blocks with edges of a certain color can only be pushed or pulled according to the color that they've been given. By the way, if it was not immediately evident by the fact that this is a custom test mechanic, I'm thinking this was probably made in the Hammer mod. And again, there is a difference between Hammer mod and regular Perpetual Testing maps, mostly that the Hammer mod ones have the potential to do a lot more stuff and, well, be a lot bigger. But they each have their benefits and their disadvantages, and I've got some sort of power node here. That's pretty cool. So what happens if I power the node? What does it do? I mean, it's got an X on it, so it's no longer powered, but what does that mean for me? Obviously, I can continue through this room, and I can kinda... Oh. Oh my, okay, I can't quite do that. I've got to somehow activate all these power nodes? I mean, there's got to be a way that I can do that, right? Maybe the power node activates and then fires it along the path that it's already been granted. Let me go ahead and test that, see if there's something on the other side. No, there is absolutely jack shit on the other side. Well, that was a fun experiment. But I think that what I'm going to have to do is fly up high, ladies and gentlemen. Gonna have to really go into the sky. Just take a look. It's in a book, A Testing Rainbow. Okay, and we've got another power node. What is with all these things? I'm not entirely certain what their purpose is here. I mean, yeah, I'll bring it downstairs, but maybe I'm just supposed to activate one of them? I mean, I could sort of see that. You know, kind of activate each individual power node. It activates a different part of something or other. Still, I think I've got to ride my trusty power node here. Oh no, that's not what I want to do. Back down. Over to the side here. There's a bit of a visual thing there when it's... oh, here we go. Can I actually move this? Can I... Oh, yeah, I can. Wonder if anything's below. It doesn't seem so. Can I bring it upwards? I can. Oh, goodness. Can I bring it up one more? Or is that... That is not forbidden. Okay. So whatever's on one of these power nodes will be activated when they get powered. I wonder if they power adjacent things, though. That would be something notable. And in fact, I'm almost certain of it. Okay, now we're in the Twilight Zone here. Okay, I have found a visual bug, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, God. Okay, so, we're missing some textures. And that's giving me a bit of a, little bit of a headache. Just a little bit, though it does look cool if you stand still. It looks like we got some crazy twisting passageway off into the future. But no, it's just the game not knowing what to do in the slightest. So let me go ahead and test that. If I move this right next to it, it does become powered. So what happens if I power all of them? That's exactly what I have to do. I am not a clever man, you know that? Sometimes I'm just not entirely certain what to do with myself. And other times I just say to myself, you know what, PA? I think you were supposed to actually ride that excursion funnel up into the sky. And I say, you know what? That's probably exactly what I was supposed to do. But hey, we figured out our own way to do it. It doesn't really matter. I mean, it may not be the intended solution, but hey, it's the solution we got. And I mean, if that isn't practically the motto of our little Perpetual Testing series by this time, then I really don't know what is. I wonder if that still counts for activating something, though, or if that'll still pass around power. I'm thinking not, because it doesn't look like it's a white pipe block like these are. These blocks seem to be a bit different from the ones that receive power or activate something, in that they have white edges instead of black edges. I'm guessing black edges receive power, white edges transmit power. So I actually didn't need to go over there to get that block at all, though that would have been an interesting trip up into the sky on an excursion funnel. But the fact that you can ride these things, oh my goodness, there is so much possibility there. Because, oh, what's a good game that I'm trying to think? I'm trying to think of like a game where that's a solid and persistent mechanic and we just made it back to the exit that we started at. I love it when things come full circle, don't you? No, but I'm trying to think of a mechanic where you could, in fact, drag your ride along with you, and yeah, there's the picture showing what I was kind of supposed to do with this. Yeah, well, you know what? We didn't do it. Such things will happen. So apart from the one missing texture, this actually worked out, and the admittedly unintended solution, I think, this actually worked out quite well. The ability to ride on these blocks is something that I don't think the author necessarily intended for you to do, but I'll be damned if it isn't fun, and I kind of want to see a map with that in the future, though I think that the chances of that are fairly low given the fact that this was made, I think, a while ago. When was it made? I'll check later. Anyway, if Werbad actually sees this, I would recommend you continue your efforts and make a full map with the block mover, since the block mover is definitely a useful thing. And this is kind of what I like about Hammer and the Portal 2 engine in general. The Source engine is just so versatile, and you can use it for so many things, that there's virtually an unlimited amount of physics-based or movement-based puzzles that you can actually complete just using the portal gun as 2 holes in space, or using the portal gun as a block mover, or having quantum cubes, or any of the other sorts of things that we've seen here on the Perpetual Testing series. In the Perpetual Testing Initiative, on the Perpetual Testing series, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, thank you all for sticking with me for 50 episodes thus far. I promise we've got plenty more to come in the future, though the actual LP updates might slow a bit as we get into the school year. Still, that's all right. We can get through that, and I promise that I will see you tomorrow for another episode of PA's Perpetual Testing. Bye!